Hello everyone and welcome back to Kilwa. One annoying rebel pop-up later. We've got that cleaned up. One of my vassals, Busoga, actually wandered over there to help me, which I was sort of shocked by. I was like, I can't believe you actually came over here to help me. There we go. I guess we're losing 100 Diplo power, and because the Sultan's reputation has been tarnished, you know what? I think we should become a republic. So but before we do that, I was working on improving relations with some of our vassals over here so that we can annex two of the ones that have been our vassal for longer. There's that revolt on the Gold Coast. I saw that coming and put a general on this army that was already standing over here. I totally forgot this army was standing here, honestly. Let's de-equip that general. Because this army, I also built a fortress over here, so I have more time to get over there. Let's put a general onto this army again. Alright, next ones. Alright, so this province has been completed. We immediately get plus 10 global settler increase. Let's add this to our trade company. And so then we need to start saving up money to do these constructions, because you can see Navy tradition, great. Global settler increase, great. And settler chance, great. All good things. I think on this one, we should also take blockade impact on siege, because we are heavily using our Navy. Wait just a moment, since our royal marriage is very useful. We're improving in Delhi and in Pasai, are the two we're going to try to annex. New World missions. Sure. We have way too many relations because we've got all these tiny ones. Gain an explorer with 10 tradition or that. Sure, we'll take your explorer. Alright, so we have Pasai. Ready? Into the golden era. Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Come back from improving with Busoga. Start annexing this vassal. Let's go over to Delhi. Right next door. Wonderful. Sofala gets a whole bunch of good stuff. Debate. We want to move towards legalism right now because we're going to go for technology. Pulling back this gentleman. These are very small, so they're very quick to annex. Annex vassal. There we go. Send off another one. Let's pull this back. Let us explore some more. Oop. This is in the Atlantic American. We don't really want to go over there. We're okay right now. Ugh, so annoying. Put this gentleman in charge. Nope, can't get over there. Without a transport fleet. Gonna have to reconnect this just to avoid having to. In order to do that, we're gonna need to bring over a real army. Which might not be a bad idea to go ahead and do this so then I can annex Benin. Benin has cores on this. Alright, let's do this. Let's bring the fleet. Break off just these. I will put my... Wow, that is a excellent explorer. Much better than the other one. Let's bring them over to here to pick up this army. The other thing that we should look to do... I'm fabricating on The most northern one here. Okay. The other thing we should be looking to do is develop the institution, because the book market is not going to come to us naturally. So the cheapest province to develop is Kisemayo. Or actually, Sofala's pretty close, and that is a gold mine. So let's do Sofala. So let's, in this state, turn on... It's also a state that's got the prosperity. Let's encourage development. Then we're going to go over here, and we are going to... Let's do just a little bit of these. That we can get the printing press. And then let's dump admin points. Getting pretty close. Right, and then we'll dump more admin. There we go. Now we have the printing press in Sofala, and we have a lot more gold, so that's good. Oop. The Spice Islands. I need to... Apparently I never told it that these were trade companies. Yeah, this one. There we go. This is actually a colony of one of the nations we took over. Spain is attacking countries in Central America. Alright, let's see. Let's keep grabbing. New World Diamonds. Price of gems down. Don't like that. Send you over here. Just trying to colonize around in here. Malacca and the Moluccas, we are starting to get more and more trade power. Right, the fleet has arrived. Patch. Let's take this fleet over here. We'll handle this. Create another general for this army. It's not a very good general. Got too many military leaders. It's okay, one of them will die any minute now. Let's go and walk this one to Benin. A helping hand. I think we should hire that gentleman. We are going to do some improvements to those monuments. The skill 2 advisor, artist, I think, was he? Yeah, let's hire that cheap artist. We don't have quite enough Diplo power, though this will speed up because we're about, once we annex one of them, the whole thing will go faster. Let's transport. Let's land onto this, deal with it. Of course, the place that the troops just left is where the revolt has occurred, which I could have checked, I suppose. Let's land and then we'll go work on that. We want to keep annexing, so we will accept that. Okay, that army has landed. Let's get the fleet and send it back over here to get that army up there to deal with the rebels. And we've got a lot of separatists that are starting to rise. I'm not really sure why we've got such a wave of them right this moment. There we go. We have annexed Pasai. Like those are the heavies we left behind. This is a combination of some galleys and some transports. Interesting. As well as a few troops over here. Let's turn. This is a plain. This is not a good place for a fort. But we'll leave it for now. Let's immediately put these into the trade company. We will reactivate the fort. Thank you. Let's send this over to join up with the remainder fleet that was left behind. We may need them to ferry armies over in a worst case scenario. Let us fabricate our claim on this province. And we've done what we need to do there and come back. Nan Modal is ready for an upgrade. Thanks to our monumental improvement, gentlemen. There we go. Put that in place. Let the fleet come over. Get this army and go deal with the stuff up north. It's not as big a deal anymore. Calabar, the place we continually try to convert. Oh, okay, well, I'm glad you did that now rather than just in a minute. Let's make sure we have our best, quote, best general. All of these generals are garbage. I guess this is the best general. Let's deal with this. Move this fleet over here so it's a little closer. They can get up here and deal with these guys. And there we go. Not the best terrain, but it looks like we've got what we need to defeat that army. We did tick off all of the estates by seizing land, so maybe that's what the problem is. There is an army easily accessible to handle that one. While they're doing that, let's come over here and add that to the trade company. Just sending these around to grab up little places that we can use. Should probably also be looking at our other vassals. We're in the middle of annexing this one. About you. Can I annex you? I can, so let's start improving with that one. Get them up where they're ready for it. Boris probably also can be annexed, probably. Yep, so let's start improving. Yeah, it's going to be harder and harder though, the more vassals we annex. But we'll work on it. Oh, that's not good. That was the revolt that I was thinking might happen. What we're gonna have to do is use this little fleet to ferry them across. Oh my gosh, that's like the most roundabout path ever. I had wondered whether seizing land was worth it, and I think the answer was no. The amount of angst that it has caused in these people is far higher than the squeeze there. If we were to summon a diet, perhaps people would be less grumpy. This wants base tax in Kilwa. This is pretty easy in Kilwa to just click, click. Oh, apparently, that was more expensive than I was anticipating. Alright. We gotta piece the army over. We needed more than that, though. Friends abroad. Another revolt. Looks like they've got that one. Annexation of Delhi. I guess I actually should be go ahead and pull this army towards the coast now that we're down here. Need to keep ferrying little pieces of this army up so that we have enough to handle them. An honorable people. Thank you. Yes, well known for our honorable attacking of our neighbors. No, Malacca, we will not grant you access. I see no reason to do that. Let's grant that. And good, another cog and some galleys. That will be helpful to ferry this army. We're like building a little fleet from scratch by just grabbing up all our neighbors' little armies. See if I send a gift and get this one up, and I can annex them in as well. One of my vassals deal with this? No, they did not. I was too hopeful. But it's okay. Now we've got this here. And this one can come up and deal with them. The amount of rebels is a little out of control here. There we go. I think we can win now that we've got enough troops over. Traveling minstrel. Oh, we're already at the max, so that's perfect. Merge fleets. Deattach, reattach. And let's get this fleet up here, and that should give us what we need. They have a big fleet. Let's influence them. Get them the last of the way there. And we can annex them. And let's get rid of that army. Looks like we have arrived with this transport. Let's land. Or rebels. Alright, let's march down and deal with these rebels first, actually, because they're the ones that are gonna siege a bunch of stuff and be annoying. Look, my vassal is actually coming to help. And that's the end of that. Accommodation, cool. Let's go deal with them now. They're losing innovativeness because we have not braced the institution yet. So it should be spreading. Yeah, this was a good province too because it will spread to many of them all at once. But it will take a while. Let's deal with these rebels. I can influence. Let's send over the annexation on this one. Send. No, we will like support for the printing press, thank you. Ooh, all right. That has been quite the adventure. Alright, what is causing this one? Benguela. Over here. Why? Why are you mad? The burgers. They're heretics. And not being an accepted culture. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll go over there. Send the fleet over to that province. Easy. Enough. Let's upgrade all these ships so that they're the best of the line. So we've kind of got half the army in one place, half the army in the other, but okay. If there's anything else I could give them that would improve their relations faster. I think they've already been sent a gift? No, not yet. There we go. Got them happier. We'll become a republic momentarily, but I'm using my royal marriage to assist me in bringing all these people in right this moment. Let's turn off the encourage development and instead do institution spread. Accommodation with the natives. Military divided. We will take the siege ability, thank you. Looks like they're having the Reformation in Europe. England and France remain the only valid rivals. We probably do want to pick up an alliance. Let's ally the Mamluks. Because that should pretty much ensure that no one's ever actually going to fight me. Let's curry favors with them, so maybe they'll help me in this war to return stuff to Benin. Royal marriage from the Mamluks, not that it would matter here in a moment. Let's go ahead and annex you. There we go. Now we've... And that will gobble up almost all of the little baby vassals over here. This will make life much easier. This is a massive fleet. Holy cow, these vassals have huge navies. Glad I didn't build a ton of ships. You know, our innovativeness is decreasing, but there is only a very limited amount I can do about that. Ooh, looks like we've done something else. The Malaccas trade. We have a merchant and we're the strongest trade power, and so we get, for 25 years, we get colonial range and settler increase. Very helpful. Colonize Australia, 10. We currently have 25 owned by us. And we get Kilwan colonizers to the end of the game, giving settler increase, which is great. Which means that actually the only mission left is trade with China, which means that we need to be one of the strongest in the Canton and Hangzhou trade nodes. So we're probably going to have to push our way up into the north here before too long to pick up some more vassals. But while we're here, we'll just keep focusing on the south temporarily. But those colonization bonuses are really useful. One too many diplomatic relationships because of the Mamluks, but this will improve once we annex our 2 little vassals. Ghetto. Oh my goodness, I literally... Sometimes you just have to laugh. It's like I literally just left there. But fortunately, we can just go grab this army and move them up. We don't really care about foreign spy detection. I don't know who could reasonably attack me. Our king has died, and there's a new one. Oh, and there's another revolt. Fortunately, we are already over here and in position for just such a scenario. Yeah, that's not what's going to happen. This run of rulers has been very poor. Let's move in to deal with this. There we go, we've annexed another one in. Let's take a loyal person. There we go, end of that. Let's attach. Let's march them over here. This is a grasslands. I don't love this fortress, but we'll take it. Get this army over here, attach it to the fleet, bring it over here to group. There we go, and then we'll send this navy over to group with the growing navy. Like they are continually collapsing over here in Ming, which is good for us. It'll make it easier to sweep in. Let's go ahead and start improving. It's not been 10 years, but 61, it won't be long. Oh. Let's start improving with this vassal. See what is happening here. They're at war, but we can accept that. Doesn't seem very significant. Attach to the fleet. Oh, it looks like actually I'm not even gonna have to go up here. It looks like my vassal is going to do it for me. Thank you. Deal with that. Thank you, vassal. Very helpful. Really, we need some more fortresses up here. Ooh, this looks a little rougher than I was expecting. Salah. Improve that. There we go. We should... Oh, looks like this settled, actually, before we got up here. To ponder. Is there anything? There's nothing that's going to give me good range here. Let's settle here, the coast, because this will give us range if we need to fabricate and attack this nation or the one next to it. France, coffee boom. That's good for us. Spain has rivaled me, which we've already rivaled them. I think they're gonna need some help if they're gonna win this war. My vassals will come help them. It's basically them versus the Ottomans and Kuyunyu. Let's take the next tech. We do not want to join this war while we are behind, for sure. Call from Baras. Let us send them a gift. Great, we'll work on that. Certainly we just have a boatload of rebels, so we're not very helpful to our ally, honestly, right now. We are slowly resolving it. That awkward feeling when you're like, I really allied you to not get involved in wars, not to help you. But anyways, I think we have reached the end of our time. We're working on annexing in the last of the few little nations over here, while we consider to what degree we want to get involved here. I feel like the Mamluks should have a much larger army than they do. Looks like they've sent it over here. If they would just concentrate their forces, I think they could win this, but they seem to be spreading themselves out too thin. So we'll see. We'll ponder whether we want to get engaged or not, and I'll see you next time.